Me and her were walking down Santa Monica, right? We saw this voodoo lady trying to perform magic on the beach. That's what I said. Now that's what I call a sandwich. Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. Well, since I'm here, I might as well go into a video since there's a camera right in front of me. And one thing I wanted to mention was something called intermittent fasting. I don't know if you've ever heard about this. What's up, ladies? Intermittent fasting basically is depleting yourself of all the glycogen that you've consumed from these carbohydrated foods and stuff that we eat throughout the day. I'm sorry, I have beautiful hair that I like to sway back and forth, but I think it's time for me to get a little serious. But now, seriously, intermittent fasting is something I've been doing for the past 6 or so months now, and I've been seeing some benefits. Still working on my body, but I think it's improved. There's multiple ways that you can do intermittent fasting. The way I do it is I give myself about an 8-hour window to eat, and then I don't eat for 16 hours. For example, from 8 p.m. all the way till 12 p.m. the next day, I refrain from eating anything other than water and tea. In those 8-hour windows, which would be 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., again, I can eat as many calories as I want. And then what this does, especially when your body adjusts to it, is it basically turns your body into fat burning mode. When we consume carbohydrates or certain types of foods, it raises up our glycogen levels. You know, instead of burning fat, our body is burning the glycogen that we consume from our foods. When we don't eat for a certain amount of time, it depletes us of our glycogen, and then it forces our body to use fat as an energy source as opposed to whatever we garnered from the foods that we eat. This goes back into time to our caveman days when we didn't have the luxury of grocery stores, freezers, and refrigerators and things of that nature. What they did back in the day, say they'd go tackle down a woolly mammoth or something, and they'd eat as much as they can, all that fat and everything, and then their body would store it because they didn't know when their next meal was coming. You know, they had to go chase that meal, and they had to use that fat to go to utilize for energy so they could go chase that prey down and eat it. That's a primal attribute that we still have to this day, and it's a way that we can utilize that to our advantage. And believe it or not, I haven't really lost much weight. I've actually gained weight. I've noticed myself actually gain weight more than I'm actually losing it. So that's not an issue. I've even gotten to the point where a lot of days I'm eating just once a day. Just one big meal a day, and then I feel full the rest of the day. And all that, actually, it also trains your mind. Because food, especially in America, we have all these processed foods. It's quantity over quality. So much sugar, so much just disgust. All these chemicals in these foods. Food in America has turned into a drug. Food has become more so a drug than it has become nutritional for us. I believe we should take advantage of fueling our bodies instead of just pleasuring our taste buds and getting high off of food. This is exactly what we're doing. That's why the obesity rate is the way it is. That's why the health problems we have occur, because we're not consciously eating what we intake. We're not consciously consuming. We're not eating for specific reasons other than just emotional attachments that we have tied to our food. We want to have the taste. We get addicted to the salt and the sugar and the taste behind it, other than taking the time to think and consciously plan out why we're eating this meal. What type of protein am I getting out of it? What type of nutrition am I getting out of it? Do I want to get this amount of calories for any specific reason? Do I not want this amount of calories for the specific reasons? And there's healthy calories and there's non-healthy. There's different variations of calories. It just depends on what your goals are at the end of the day. And I think instead of counting calories so much, I think we should focus more on counting the chemicals that are in these foods, because a lot of these foods that we're eating, say if you go shopping at Walmart don't sell no organic food. Anything that has a commercial on it is not gonna benefit you the most. Anything that's mainstream, it is what it is. It's not gonna more than likely be healthy for you. So you want to hit your mom and pop shops. You want to, as much as you can, go or as organic as possible. And I know it's more expensive, so I'm not saying you have to have an all organic diet or eating eating schedule. I don't, because it is expensive. It can be taxing, but at least try your best to utilize it. I promote alkaline water for myself. That's why I love to eat coconut water as well. Those are two of the most healthiest waters that you can attain in your body. This is something from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's doesn't pay me, so I'm just giving y'all a shout out. I expect to hear from y'all soon. A thanks or something, shoot. But yeah, this is a Trader Joe's alkaline water that I like to drink. But the thing also with this as well is when you get alkaline water, try to get it straight out the machine if you can. This is good, but the longer alkaline water sits, it kind of loses its minerals a little bit. So this says 9.5 pH. This is probably around an 8.5 or 8 pH level, but it's better than freaking going to Dasani or getting Aquafina or something like that. And I have a lot of friends in the Kangen industry too, so look up Kangen water as well. I'm gonna shout them out. And man, just consciously take care of yourself. It's America. This society makes it harder, but it's all about mind over matter at the end of the day. And I kind of just went off subject a little bit. I was supposed to be talking about intermittent fasting, but that kind of ties into intermittent fasting because it does become, you have to be mentally disciplined in order to fast. There's a lot of benefits behind fasting. It allows your body to cleanse itself out. And when you're not consuming all this processed food that we usually intake, it gives your body, your digestive system, a break a little bit to be like, oh man, I can breathe now. And I've noticed my mind is clearer when I fast. I actually have more energy when I fast. Believe it or not, it's just all about training your mind and get out the brainwashing that you have to eat 3 meals a day. You can if you want, but you don't have to. It's not a necessity. Breakfast being the most important meal of the day is a myth. We're fed that in this society because the food industries want your money. They want to get paid. It's all about money. It's all about the money. That's all it's about. It's business. They want to get your money, tell you that you have to eat this, and that. When really, you'll be fine eating once a day. Especially with a lot of people whose goals are to not be fat. You're trying to lose weight, but you're eating 3 times a day. You don't really have to do that, believe it or not. But you're also going to have to train your mind. And you're going to have to get out your comfort zone of your old habits to create new habits. That's what that's all about. So take the time to look into intermittent fasting. That's what I've been using. That's what works for me. I'm going to put a shirt on now. Sorry ladies, it was kind of cold in here. But yeah guys, try that out. Try looking it up. Just understand you don't really have to eat as much. You're more addicted to food than you are anything else, really. And just like any other drug, that's what most Americans happen to be addicted to: drugs, all that. It's like, well, what the hell is the point of eating a tasty cake? What is the goddamn point of eating a freaking tasty cake? Is there any nutritional value in a tasty cake other than it tasting good? That's why it's called a tasty cake. You're just trying to feed your taste bugs. That's a drug. That is a freaking drug you're consuming right there. You're just eating cake to get high. That's all you're doing. Man, we gotta, everything in moderation. You can do some drugs in moderation, but don't eat too many tasty cakes. That's just one example that I have, you know what I mean? Food is a drug. It's mind over matter. Start looking at the nutritional value behind things. That's my advice. Instead of just eating unconsciously just to eat. You know what I'm saying? Man, whatever, yo. I'm out. Ugh.